Now, this is just a fun story about Americans who just love to crank it, yank it, and spank it. You know what I'm saying? And take it from me. Being a sex worker myself, I do that for a living. You know what I'm saying? I literally do it for a living. I make my money off of it. So I totally understand. You know what I'm saying? It pays my bills. So we're gonna get into how I guess stress and anxiety and perhaps jubilance and celebration led to people cranking it, yanking it, and spanking it on election day and post election day. So let's get into the details. Pornhub reveals this red state was the horniest on election day as a surge of anxious Americans sought X rated relief. And like I said, I can't blame you, you know what I'm saying? Because this is literally what I do. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Election day, more like erection day. I see what you did there. Pornhub searches surged across America on Tuesday as voters celebrated their civic duty by indulging in a bit of X rated entertainment. Data compiled by the adult website and shared exclusively with the Post shows traffic up 7% on average across the entire country, indicating a divided nation is certainly united when it comes to a love of porn. Anxious Americans in both blue and red states blew off some steam on the big day before pulling the lever, with website visits peaking between 8 and 9 a.m. They was ready to go extra early in the morning. They didn't want to wait before, you know what I'm saying, before they ate their breakfast, before they dropped their kids off at school, before they went to work. They had to get to work. You know what I'm saying? Pornhub is currently blocked in Alabama, Arkansas, Idaho, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Mississippi, Montana, Nebraska, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Texas, Utah, and Virginia. So those 14 states weren't included in the dirty data dump. Okay, first let's get into how unbelievably ridiculous this is. You know what I'm saying? This is just absolutely, yeah. Why are you banning this stuff? Is it supposed to make people better? We're sexual creatures, so you really can't ban this. You can try, but we're going to find a way. Now let's get into it. Among those with access, South Carolinians appeared the horniest on election day. However, with traffic 21% above average across the entire day, South Carolina was ready to go. The Randy State, the Randy Red State, was closely followed by the District of Columbia. Whew, okay, they was anxious right there, which saw viewership up by 18% during daylight hours. But DC also saw the largest traffic drop during the evening of the election, with residents switching off porn to watch the count come in. Well, priorities. You feel me? We'll get back to that later. Now, let's check this out. So we got between the hours of what is this? 4 a.m., between 4 a.m. and like 3:30, like 3:30, 4 p.m. on election day. We got traffic up 7% overall. You know what I mean? And then it goes down because, I guess people are sleeping. People are checking in, watching the results. And then on the 6th, we got, what is this? 3 a.m. and 8 and 7 a.m. And that's up 11%. And then we look at these states, election day traffic. Now we look at this and it's kind of blurry, but we got, let me see if it looks, yeah. South Carolina, 21%, District of Columbia, 18%, Illinois, 17, Hawaii, 17, West Virginia, 17, Michigan, 16, Connecticut, 14, Massachusetts, 14, Delaware, 14, Rhode Island, 13, Maryland, 13. We don't have to go through all of these. You know what I mean? The lowest one was Louisiana. So I guess they don't like to crank it, yank it, and spank it quite as much in Louisiana. But at the same time, I don't know if that's true because people are people, and Louisiana does have New Orleans, and New Orleans gets down. Site visits were down 21% in the nation's capital from 6 p.m. to midnight, perhaps unsurprising given how many DC residents are known to get turned on by politics. Across the country, traffic was down 16% in the same 6-hour period. So this is how when it went down. We don't need to look quite at that. Republican candidate Donald Trump took the stage at 2:45 a.m. to claim victory after sweeping key swing states. Almost immediately after the bombshell news, traffic to Pornhub shot back up as citizens both celebrated and commiserated the outcome by looking for bombshell blondes online. See what you did there too, plus other kinky content. Whatever it is that you're into. But again, I thought that would just be a fun way to talk about how Americans love to crank it, yank it, and spank it. Hey now. Thank you so much for tuning in here at Politics and Paper. If you like what I do and you support my work, go ahead and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it and it really helps to support what we do here.